Pagka lababo ko siya. Check. Yeah. Check. Yeah. All right. I think that sounds better. Con? All right. But it was sounds we underwater. I wonder what we're saying. Everybody hear me clearly, Con? All right. Hallelujah. So we're going to start. You should have your. Everybody got a program. Looks like this program. How about that? All right. So we got some heads back there. Malachi, get on your ground. All right. In the program, so we need one. All right. So we're going to go over a few scriptures concerning why we're gathering this evening, which is to enjoy our heritage by way of the Passover. The Passover was given to us, the law of the Most High, that we must follow. Not only was it a law of the Most High, but it commemorates one of the greatest events that the earth ever seen, which is the power of the Most High. The Most High showing his power upon the planet Earth by saving his people from their enemies. Okay? Now his people is referring to you all. As the Most High saved us and brought us up out of the land of Egypt under the Egyptian pharaohs. Okay, so we're going to touch on that history. If you open up your program, okay, you see as you open up to the first page, We have Passover scriptures, then you have review scriptures. Review scriptures are mainly about the plagues, the 10 plagues that came upon Egypt. Plagues upon 10 plagues to bring us out of that land. Colossians chapter 3:17. We're going to start out with Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17.
For the Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever in word who all give thanks to the Most High.
Everything we do in the name of Hashem, Yahweh, in the name of the anointed Savior. Whatever you do, so somebody asks you to buy a pack of cigarettes, what are you going to say? La-ah. Because that deed is evil. So that's why we work out the scriptures with deed. Because the word of got to be in word of deed. Of who? Thanks to the Father, heaven, and angels. And we're going to start out with 3 and verse 3.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 3. Great day. Sabbath.
Okay.
And holy what? And holy convocation.
Right, this is a holy convocation that we're doing. What's that word holy mean? Pure. Right, set apart. Convocation, a gathering. This is a holy gathering. Right now, everyone that's sitting in this room, you're not in transgression of the law. Gun? 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 All right. So you're not here.
It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Most High, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
All right, so there's a season. It's a time and a place for everything. This is our history. Read on.
In the 14th day,
right,
of the first even Passover.
Right, so the 14th day of the first month, Passover. This is our Passover. This is what we're commemorating when coming out of Egypt. Right?
And on the 15th day,
right,
of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread.
Right.
Unto the Most High. So you must eat unleavened bread.
Right, so right now we're in the feast of the Passover. We're in the feast of unleavened bread. This is the time when our forefathers came out of Egypt. Okay, during that hard bondage that we had to serve during Pharaoh. Okay, we walked out of Egypt, and we're going to get out of America. Con? All right, we're going to get Numbers 9 and 2. The book of Numbers 9 and 2. You read on 8? All right, read on right here. Let's stay here.
Verse 7.
Read.
In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation.
Right, the first day shall be a holy convocation. Read.
Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right, so what's that servile work meaning? Servile work meaning what? We ought not to work for Esau during this time. This is our time that we don't get to work with pay. This is our time to what? To do the work of the Most High. You see these decorations, you see how this table, everything is laid out. This is the work that we're supposed to be doing, preparing for the Passover. Read on.
Verse 8.
Right.
But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High 7 days. And the 7th day is an holy convocation.
Right.
You shall do no servile work therein.
Right. So 7 days we shall do no servile work. We said the first day is the seventh day is a holy convocation also. So we open it up. This is the first day, and on the seventh day we're going to come back together again. This is going to be another holy convocation. And we come together, we gather together, we dwell in brotherhood and sisterhood of the Most High. God? All right, now we can get Numbers 9 and 2.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9 and verse 2.
Hold on, let me get it. We have to understand that we are coming back into our history, to our heritage. As we read Jeremiah 17 and 9, it says what? 17 and 5, we have been discontinued from our heritage. So now we're coming back to our heritage. And coming back to our heritage, the Most High has a requirement of us. What? That we keep the Passover. That we keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I pray everyone got the leaven out of their house. Con? And most of all, you got the leaven out of your heart. All the sin, all the wickedness that we have done for this year, and the Most High forgive us, and we can get out of here this year. Con? Because I don't want to be here in 2018. Con? We want to be in the kingdom. Con? Or you want to be in a Sunday church? Which one y'all want to be at? We want to be out of here. Con? Well, sound like it. Y'all sound like y'all want to be here tomorrow. We waiting for the Most High. He waiting on us. We got to gather ourselves together. We can't sit up here and say, oh, well, you know what? I hear some people say, well, I'm waiting on Jesus. Well, you can wait all you want. But that joke ain't coming back. That Caesar boy Jesus, he ain't coming back to save nobody. The true and living power, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, the true power that's in heaven, that's the power that's coming back to save what? His people. Con? Read.
Just to clarify something on your programs, you might see Leviticus 23, 3 and 4, but it should be 1 through 8. So if you can make that correction, it's Leviticus that the program should have read. Okay, so that's a little typo. Leviticus 23 verses 1 through 8. All right.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9 and verse 2. Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
Right. So what season we in? Anybody can answer? We're in the spring. Come. So this is the season of the Passover. Okay. So I know a lot of, and then when we read in the scripture, when you read the scriptures, it tell you about the new year. A bit, it starts in spring, which is the first month of the year. Then we count 14 days, and then we get the Passover. This is the time appointed that we ought to celebrate the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Read on.
Verse 3.
Right.
And the 14th day of this month, at even, he shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof, shall ye keep it.
Right. This is the ceremonies that we're taking part in. Read on.
Verse 4. Unto the children of Israel, that they should keep the Passover. Verse 5. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai.
Right. So they kept it in the first month at evening at Sinai. So the first month is meaning what? Here in the springtime, not January 1st. All right. A lot of our people jumping up and down and blowing firecrackers, talking about it's the first of the year. No. The first of the year is springtime. All right. When you read Exodus, the 12th chapter, it goes into the month of Abib. And it tells you to count from there. Read on.
All that the Most High commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel. Verse 6. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man.
Right. So if you are a man that's defiled by a dead body, maybe that may be your position in Israel with the deceased. Or maybe you have somebody in your family may have passed away. You have to deal with that. So read on.
That they could not keep the Passover on that day.
Right. So because wow, you'll be unclean. Read on.
And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day Verse 7. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man. Are we kept back that we may not offer an offering of the Most High in his appointed season among the children of Israel? Verse 8. And Moses said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Most High will command concerning you. Verse 9. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, verse 10, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Most High.
Right. So whether you're unclean, or maybe possibly you may be on a journey, right? At this time, we will go back to Jerusalem and Israel and keep the Passover. But right now, you have some brothers that might be a truck driver or somebody that deals business over the road. You may not be able to make it here. Read on.
Verse 11. If day of the second month at even,
right,
they shall keep it.
Right. So it says what? The 14th day of the second month, you shall keep the Passover. So the Most High doesn't want us to skip this day. It's a very important day, But he did make up like, what do you call, like a makeup Passover. So if you wasn't able to make it, maybe you being on a journey afar off, or maybe you were unclean, maybe by a dead body. The Most High said, he had grace on us that he gave us the second month to keep the Passover. All right, come, read.
With unleavened bread.
Eat it with what?
With unleavened bread.
So we still have to eat it with the unleavened bread. Okay, come, read.
And bitter herbs.
See, even the bitter herbs. So we still have to go through the same ceremonies that we're going through right now. Read on.
Verse 12. They shall leave none of it until the morning.
Right. Don't bring no doggy back home to your grand or any other restaurant. You want to bring some home to somebody, something different. Stop. It's the holy convocation. This is not the time to say, well, a little bit of lamb, some bitter herb, and some, unleavened bread. I'm gonna bring it home. He couldn't make it. No. The Most High said, we don't leave this on the morning. It's not something we bring home,
Any bone of it. Mm-hmm. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it.
Read.
13. But the man that is clean,
right,
and is not in a journey.
Okay, so now you clean, right? You ain't defiled by dead body or anything. You're not have no running issue where you can't make it to the Passover. Okay, and you're not on a journey. Read on.
And forbear to keep the Passover.
Well, I ain't gonna keep it this year. I got some things going on. I want a free trip to the Bahamas, so I can't make it to the Passover. Read.
Even the same soul,
right? Even that same soul, read,
shall be cut off.
Shall be what?
Shall be cut off.
Shall be who?
Shall be cut off.
What is that cut off talking about? Meaning that what you have to be asked to leave, or what does that cut off mean? Put to death. What's the Most High talking about? Power on top of you. And in this kingdom, you'll have a power full of scriptures. Because we're not stoning nobody these days, but we got a whole lot of scriptures. So you're not on a journey. You're not defiled by a dead body. So what's your excuse? Only thing I can think of in this kingdom, you might be at the Easter, Sunday Easter celebration. You might be going off. This is the situation. A lot of our people like to double dip. But the Most High is not dealing with you if you double dipping. He said, if you lukewarm, what are you going to do? Spew you out of his mouth. The Most High don't need you. You just been fired. This is the real deal right here. This ain't no joke. I know a lot of our people take it for a joke.